Afternoon, everybody. Uneducated Economist here. Thought I'd take a break from all those lending facility talk videos and talk about a couple of news articles I read lately. I read a lot of news and I come across a lot of headlines, and most of it I just kind of scan through and just try and find stuff that is really prudent in information. And one thing that I found is that when you hear senators talking about proposals, like introduce a new proposal into law or whatever, most of these things never come to any kind of fruition. So I don't really look at him a whole lot, but Senator Rob Portman had a proposal that he put out the other day that is to incentivize employees to go back to work. And so a lot of employees or a lot of workers out there are disincentivized to go back to work, whether they're worried about their health and catching something by going back to work, or if they just make more on unemployment than they do, going, actually at their job. So what Senator Rob Portman has suggested is that we incentivize these workers who have been disincentivized by offering them an additional $450 a week on top of their wages. And I thought to myself, that is the dumbest idea I've ever heard. And I don't mean to downplay anybody's ideas, because I truly want to, believe in these things, or take them in as a possible concept before I make my judgment on whether or not I believe it. They say an educated mind is somebody who can entertain a thought without accepting it. So that's something that I try and remember. But when it comes to this one, I thought to myself, the best way to incentivize somebody is to tell them they won't get anything unless they show up for work. That's the best incentivizing. Okay, when you tell them it's just like, oh man, we feel sorry for you that you're going to get off from your $600 extra a week that you're not even really earning. How about we give you an additional $450 on top of your already earning wages so that you'll go back to work? Doesn't that sound nice too? And I think to myself, well, what about all these guys who have already been working through all this? Are you going to give them $450 a week too? This is the type of stuff that our senators are coming up with. The MMT thought is running thick through things. UBI is almost guaranteed in our future if these senators and congressmen keep believing and thinking this way. And not that, good, bad, or ugly, it seems to be in the works right now. And those guys are talking about it as if it's already starting to happen. So, especially when you come up with these ideas of paying people $450 a week on top of their wages just to incentivize them to go back to work, it just doesn't make any sense. Go back to work. That's incentivizing. You don't get anything if you don't go back to work. That's real incentivizing. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Anyway, moving on. A lot of people I hear say during a collapse, now I'm totally shifting gears here. A lot of people say that during a collapse that you will not be able to trade your gold and silver for anything. Nobody's going to want it when, you can't eat gold or whatever. People are just not going to be willing to trade their stuff or whatever they got for gold and silver. And I have to totally disagree. And, really, I have to look at countries, governments, economies that have all failed. What do they always fall back to? They fall back to gold and silver almost every time. And it's not that it's just gold and silver that they're relying on. It's any currency that is viable and taken around the world and accepted around the world as a currency or as money or as value that they want. They want US dollars because everybody accepts them. They don't want their local currencies when they begin to fail and hyperinflate, and they want gold and silver or some other commodity, some other good, durable good that they can have or use. This is what happens during an economic collapse. So today is no different. When you think about Venezuela and how much hell that they have gone through with their hyperinflation and printing up money and devaluing of everything inside of their country, they're in a bad spot, a very bad position. And now the Western governments don't recognize their leader down there, the person who's in charge of everything, and so they won't play games with them. They won't I don't know how to say, do business. I mean, but to me it seems like they're more like playing games, because Venezuela has asked for their gold back from England, and they won't give it to them. The British won't give them back their gold that they have in their bank account or their savings account or their vault or whatever it is that they have. The Venezuelan account has gold with the British banks or the government or however it works over there, and they won't give it back. even though they've asked for it several times. And they say it because they don't recognize their leader, the president down there. But you know what they did? Is they spent it. So they went to the UN. They say, hey, man, we need food and medicine. And we don't have it. We don't have any money. But they have our gold. We want to trade that gold that we have in that account with food and medicine. And the UN said, okay. Goes to show that during a time of crisis, in that case, gold, is the only thing that was king. It was the only thing that saved them right now. And the UN agreed to accept gold for a payment. I found that very interesting. I think that is a great story. What else have I got for you guys today? Some mail. I thought I would share with you guys. So we're going to see what's in some of these envelopes here. I got a couple of them, just to show you guys which ones I got. Yeah. And then I got these here packages. So thought I would open up the envelopes first. We'll see what's in here. I should open it from the other direction. There's some tape there. There it is. I'll just slide it out like that. There's a piece of paper in there. Oh wow! Right on. $20. Thanks, brother. I enjoyed your thoughts about the reopening of restaurants. Very astute presentation. I will now follow your other videos of special interest. To me is your take on purchasing a car. New or used is the big question to me. Most likely a good used car, a couple of years old. I'm finally retired now, and I'm on a fixed income. Have you noticed any of the Dave Ramsey's? No, I don't really watch Dave Ramsey. I'm not real fond of his. I mean, I know a lot of people really like Dave Ramsey and they listen to him quite a bit, but I'm not. I listen to him and I feel irritated by his attitude and stuff like that. No disrespect to him. I mean, you guys, if you guys like him, that's cool, but I'm just not a fan. Economic Talks, he's pretty sensible and clear as well. Yeah, I agree with that. Keep up with the fine work, for you can make a living in helping folks with money issues. Best to you. I'm not going to give you his last name, just Andrew. P.S. Have you considered writing a book? I have, and that's very interesting that you talk about that, because I wonder what it is that I could be writing. I should just write every day. I don't know if there's anybody out there who's big into writing. Maybe give me some hints on what I could do to get started on writing a book, because I've thought about that several times, and I thought that would be a really great idea to try and write a book. I think the Uneducated Economist for a title would just be awesome. But thank you very much, Andrew, for that. I really appreciate it. I do. I mean, I never thought in a million years that I would have like a P.O. box that people would send me thank you cards and postcards and nice notes and $20 bills. It's very cool. You rock. Hello, I am new to your channel. I own and operate a janitorial business, and I have noticed a lot of things. First, the economy has been teetering a long time. The whole system is just a dog chasing its tail. We rob Peter to pay Paul. I think we are in for deflation and collapse soon. And the pawns that shouldn't be are trying all they can to prop it up. Thank you for your insight, and please keep the content coming. Steve. Wow, Steve, thank you very much, man. I really appreciate it. Steven, you rock. Well, thank you, man. That's really cool. So, yeah, it makes me feel so much better about making sure that what I'm doing here is, the right thing. Was like, that people are appreciating that I'm putting this out. I mean, getting a letter like that is really, it's really touching. It makes me feel like I'm doing the right thing here. All right, so it doesn't say who this one's from, but I think this might be from Philip. But oh wow, right on. Oh, very cool. Check it out. It's a money clip. Yeah, very cool. What is that? A 1944 half dollar. A Walking Liberty half dollar. That is awesome. I'll totally put my money in there and carry it around like that. Very neat. Thank you. Right on, man. I totally appreciate it. All right. What's this one? Where's that knife? This one's really too tough in the package. The guy who sent me that money clip, I think this is the same person who sent me this. I'm pretty sure it's Philip. All right. Oh, hey, check it out. Oh, right on. Bro, your channel is awesome. It's awesome. Awesome. Thanks for making such good content. Right on. Oh, check it out. Very cool. So, right on. An Indian head penny. A really, really nice condition dime. Mercury dime here. And a $1990. Check that out. That is the coolest. That is so rad. That is so cool. What else do we got here? Cool. $1 silver certificate. A $5 silver certificate. Very cool. I don't think I have any $5 silver certificates at all. And then, all right, we were just talking about Venezuela. Check it out. And then some more Venezuelan dollars, all kinds of them. Look at the domino. Oh my gosh. So this one says $2, 2 bolivars. This one says 20,000. This one says 10,000. Oh, check it out. A dinar. Man, that is so cool. That is such an awesome package, bro. Thank you so much. That is way, way cool. I'm going to put those nice and neat down in there so I don't mess them up. Wow, you guys are very awesome. Thank you so much. Before I let you go, I wanted to talk also a little bit about one of our local restaurants here, the Baked Alaska, has recently decided that they were not going to open up their doors, that they are shutting down business for good because of the whole lockdown and everything else. And it's one of the things that I had mentioned in my videos before, is that this strain that it puts on the people here in these businesses, like a lot of them. And now I get that a lot of these guys, a lot of people might look at it as like, well, it was a necessity that it had to happen, but this was a viable business. This was one of our finer restaurants that we had in Astoria. It was right on the river, produced really good atmosphere and food, and it's a sad story that he's shut down. And his name is Chris. I'll leave a link down in the description to the Daily A article that talks about it, and then also I'm going to leave a link to his YouTube channel. He has decided that he is going to start sharing his talent on video, showing, how to produce or how to make, cook, and, prepare some really awesome foods. The name of his channel is Chef Outta Water, and it's Outta Water is Autta, Outta Water. So Chef Outta Water is He's a member of the community here, and I would appreciate it if the Uneducated Economist fans went over to his channel, gave him a like, subscribe to his channel. Let's see if we can kick the algorithm in for Chris so he can get his YouTube channel up and running, and give him something to look forward to as far as making more content. So I appreciate all his hard work that he's put in, and seeing that restaurant close is it's a bummer. It was a part of our community, and I'm sorry to hear about it. All right, Uneducated Economist, you guys let me know.